When people talk about what kind of food they're craving, this is not specific to you. I'm talking about the general public.
It could be me any day anyway.
You'll hear them say they're craving Mexican or craving Italian. You don't necessarily hear people say they're craving indigenous food.
But one chef from Arvada is making sure this type of food has a space here in Denver and wants to teach people something along the way.
Every dish in the kitchen tells a story.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you. Any opportunity, any excuse to play with food.
And these ingredients have helped Andrea Condes find hers.
So we're going to stuff that with 3 different local mushrooms and a blend of 3 different Mexican-style cheeses, and top it with a little peanut-free salsa macha.
Food that's meant to help us understand where we come from.
Growing up, I had minimal exposure to Latin American cuisine. I'm a transracial adoptee from Caracas, Venezuela. We believe my indigeneity is from the western side, San Cristobal region of the country. So my parents got me the good old-fashioned way from an orphanage. And probably about 2015, I really set out on very much a personal journey, and I was utilizing food to explore that. Learning through food, learning from other knowledge keepers in the Native Indigenous community, and they're gorgeous and they have a nice peppery flavor to them. Yes.
Indigenous food starts with the ingredients.
I really like being able to go out into the garden and harvest basically a miniature salad to go on top of this gazpacho.
Andrea will turn what's grown here into a multi-course meal as part of a dinner series out of her home in Arvada.
Yeah, looks like a few folks are starting to show up.
It's called the Rooted Andina, put on together with her partner, Alejandra.
The more that we can feel grounded in our body and really connected to the earth, the more we'll actually be able to get the nutrition from the delicious food that Chef Andrea has been preparing for us.
That one is done.
It's an effort to educate about indigenous food as a cuisine.
But yeah, the sexing basically has to do with shaking this part of the plant onto these like hairy parts where the corn will grow.
A lot of what we're doing is showing how expansive the culinary world and the overall culture of Native and Indigenous community is through food. Okay, friends.
Hi, friends. Guests know this experience isn't just about the taste or the presentation.
Yes. So this is a roasted tomatillo gazpacho.
Holy moly. The food is so good. I mean, it's clean, it's complex. This idea of like decolonizing food and bringing us back to what is original and supporting that through the stories of the people who have been before. I had never heard of it.
And through Andrea,
because that's how we roll,
they finally know what indigenous food means.
I think that if there's any moment that someone can have a tiny bit of aha that feels both refreshing and familiar.
That's a really cool thing to us and really special to us.
It started as a way to find Andrea's roots.
And just combining that with who I am as an Andean and as a chef. I've learned about my creativity, I've learned about my strength, I've learned about my culture.
Everybody doing okay? You need anything else? You're okay?
And through her dinner series, it's turned into a form of self-discovery for others too.
It feels like this is an accessible opportunity for people to have this elevated culinary experience in a way that they feel like they belong. That is my hope, and that's what we work for.
Buen provecho. Enjoy.
That was Angeline McCall reporting. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, for sure, for real.
It's part of her business, Four Directions Cuisine. Andrea's doing a few more weeks of this Rooted Andina for both dinner and lunch, dinner and brunch.
I love this idea that she wants people to try something new but feel like they belong, right? Sometimes you try things that are new and you feel kind of alienated or scared about it or whatever, but she wants that sense of belonging. That's fantastic. If you're interested in stopping by, we have more information in Angeline's story on 9news.com.